This amazing Nintendo programmable game lets you design your own building, place obstacles wherever you want them, and then blow everything to smithereens. You can play the game as designed by Nintendo, or you can be the game designer and build a different maze of barriers to tear down every time. You'll have hours of fun demolishing monsters like Gotcha Wrench and Eggplant Man, and blowing up a building you built yourself in this off-the-wall demolition game. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Wrecking Crew. Oh, it's so great. From Nintendo in 1985. And, if I remember my list correctly, the last of the black box games we are looking at. There might be one more, but I don't think so. This was designed by Yoshio Sakamoto and released as a launch title for the NES. We control Mario, or Luigi, in two-player mode in an attempt to destroy all of a certain set of objects with a large hammer on each of 100 levels. You cannot jump because the hammer is very heavy. In the beginning screen, you are allowed to select any level to start on, and each level takes place on a playfield divided into an invisible grid, each space with the width which can contain one object. Objects include destructible walls, pillars, and ladders, indestructible barrels and ladders, bombs that destroy all connected destructible objects, and various enemies that Mario must avoid. Doors may also exist, which can be opened to cause enemies to move harmlessly into the background. The game also introduced a new character, a construction foreman named Spike, believed to be an early version of Wario, who chases Mario and attempts to disrupt him by knocking down objects and calling him to fall to the bottom of the playfield. We start the game with 5 lives, and we lose a life when Mario comes into contact with an enemy or fireball. The game is over when all lives are lost. The game can also be aborted at any time, and must be aborted if Mario becomes trapped in a barrel. Because Mario lacks the ability to jump, the player must figure out the optimal order in which to destroy objects. For example, if a player destroys a ladder too soon, a wall may become unreachable, and thus the player cannot finish the level. Destroying multiple objects in a row, usually with a chain of bombs, scores extra points, and occasionally bonus items may appear that Mario can collect. Wrecking Crew also features a level editor, which allows the player to design up to 4 levels. However, the save and load features were designed for use with the Famicom data recorder, a cassette tape device that was only released in Japan, thus rendering the save ability unavailable to North American players. The game's US manual includes a note stating that the load and save functions have been programmed in for potential product developments. When released to the Virtual Console for the 3 different Nintendo systems in North America, the save and load features were re-enabled. Piece of music was remixed for the use in the GameCube Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. The Golden Hammer music from Wrecking Crew was later used in the Wii video game Super Smash Bros. Brawl and plays every time a fighter grabs a golden hammer or on the Mario Bros. Stage. On December 31st, 1985, Nintendo released an arcade version of the game titled Versus Wrecking Crew, adding a simultaneous 2-player mode. Wrecking Crew was released on '89 on the Famicom Computer Disk System and was later included as the 14th title of the Famicom mini-series on the Game Boy Advance in 2004. The game was also made available through the Wii Virtual Console in 2007. The latter version supports saving level designs. Wrecking Crew was released on September 1st, 2011 as part of Nintendo's Ambassador program for the 3DS Virtual Console, and it was released for the Virtual Console and the Wii U in 2013. Wrecking Crew is an action puzzle game released exclusively in Japan, Wrecking Crew 98 was released in 1998 for the Super Famicom, the download service, Super Famicom's Nintendo Power Download Game Service, later for the Super Famicom itself. I knew I'd get that right eventually. The game is a sequel to the original, which was included as a bonus in the game. Unlike the original, in which the player's objective was to find ways to clear each level of all panels, Wrecking Crew 98 takes a more competitive approach, where 2 opponents are given their own sides to clean up. Each player must try to demolish as many panels as they can on their side, until the opponent's side is completed, piled up to win. Yeah, I think that may supposed to be completely. The game's story mode features Mario returning to the Mushroom Kingdom from a trip, only to discover that Bowser has started a construction campaign of building new hideouts. The construction is depriving the flora of sunlight, and thus Mario decides to demolish the new construction sites with his hammer. Along the way, he meets his old enemies from the original Wrecking Crew, including his former rival, Foreman Spike. Oh, there you go. I played this game a lot when I was a kid. I liked it. It's, you know, some people have called it kind of weird. I don't know. I think it's a really good, solid puzzle game. For a launch title, I think this is great. I mean, what's not to like? You put anybody in. It doesn't have to be Mario. I think this is just it's a really good, solid puzzle game. I can't tell you any more about it. Music's a bit weird, but not bad. Not bad at all.